There's a woman in a village in Appenzell, in eastern Switzerland, who has done the same 5 things every day for about 40 years. She's 63. At 7 in the morning, she walks downhill to the bakery, about 12 minutes, and carries her bread back up the hill. She eats at 9, at noon, at 4, and at 6, almost to the minute. Her supper is the smallest meal of her day, often just bread, a little cheese, and tea. She takes the stairs in every building she enters, without thinking about it. And on Sunday, she does close to nothing at all, because in her town, Sunday is quiet by law. She has never owned a gym membership. She has never counted a calorie. Her waist hasn't changed since her 30s. And somewhere across the ocean, right now, someone is doing everything harder than she is. Waking up at 5 for a workout that leaves them destroyed. Skipping breakfast, counting every gram of protein. Doing everything the fitness industry says, and still losing the same fight against the same stubborn weight around the middle. What if the difference between these two people has almost nothing to do with discipline, and almost everything to do with a number nobody talks about? The 2,000 small movements a day that one of them does without noticing, and the other one has engineered out of her life completely. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what that number is, why sitting still is quietly working against you, even on days you exercise, and the 5 Swiss habits that reverse it. None of them cost money. The last one will sound like cheating. First, we need to break an equation. You've heard so often it feels like physics. Burn more, eat less, and the belly goes. Gyms sell it. Apps track it. And for a huge number of people, it simply doesn't deliver because it ignores where most of your daily burn actually comes from. Researchers call it NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. It's every calorie you burn outside of workouts, walking to the store, climbing stairs, carrying bags, even standing while you talk. Studies led by Dr. James Levine at the Mayo Clinic found that NEAT can differ by up to 2,000 calories a day between 2 people of similar size. 2,000. No workout on earth closes that gap. An hour at the gym burns maybe 400 to 600 calories. And then most people sit for the remaining 15 waking hours, which quietly cancels the whole effort. Now, look at Switzerland. It ranks among the countries with the lowest obesity rates in Europe, roughly half the American rate, according to OECD figures. And when researchers look for the reason, they don't find bigger gyms or stricter diets. They find a country where movement never became optional, where daily life itself is the workout, spread so thin across the day that nobody experiences it as exercise. 5 habits carry most of that effect. Let's take them one at a time, because the order matters, and the first one starts before breakfast. Habit 1. Walking as transport, not as exercise. In Swiss towns and cities, walking is simply how you get places. People walk to the train, to the bakery, to school with their kids. Surveys put the average Swiss adult around 9,000 to 10,000 steps a day, not from step goals, but from errands. Here's the part that matters for your belly. Those steps are spread across the entire day, morning, noon, evening. That keeps your metabolism gently active for hours, instead of one intense spike followed by 15 hours of sitting. Your version doesn't require moving to Zurich. Pick 2 trips you already make every week, the pharmacy, the coffee, the school run, and make them walking trips, on purpose, permanently. Don't add a walk to your schedule. Convert a drive you already do. Adding requires willpower. Converting just requires deciding once. That's habit 1. And habit 2 is the strange one. It's about eating more often at fixed times, not less. Habit 2, eating by the clock. Switzerland runs on scheduled eating. There's even a word for the mid-morning bite, snoonie, literally at 9. And the afternoon one, svieri, at 4. Breakfast, snoonie. Lunch, svieri. Supper, small. Fixed, almost ritual. Now compare that to how most of us eat, grazing. A bite here, a snack at the desk, something in the car, the fridge at 10 p.m. Every one of those bites triggers insulin, the hormone that tells your body to store. Graze all day, and that storage signal never fully switches off. Eat at fixed times, and your body gets real gaps between meals. Hours, where insulin drops, and your body can actually access stored fat. The Appenzell woman eats more times a day than most dieters. She just never eats between the times. Your version, pick your meal times, add one small fixed snack if you need it, and then protect the gaps. Nothing between the slots but water, coffee, or tea. You'll be surprised how much you were eating in the spaces you didn't count. That's 2. And habit 3 is about the meal you're probably getting backwards. Habit 3, the light, early supper. In much of Switzerland, especially outside the big cities, the traditional evening meal is modest. Bread, cheese, maybe soup, early, often around 6. The big cooked meal happens at noon, when the body has an entire active afternoon ahead to use it. Most of us do the exact opposite. Our biggest meal lands at 8 or 9 at night, right before the least active hours we have. And then we lie down while our body is still processing it. The food doesn't just sit heavier. Research on meal timing, including work published in the International Journal of Obesity, has found that late eaters lose less weight than early eaters, even at the same calories. Same food, different clock, different waistline. Your version, and start gently. Flip one dinner a week. Make lunch the big meal, keep supper small and early, and watch how you sleep that night. Then, flip 2. That's 3. Habit 4. You're going to skip if I'm not careful. So let me tell you about the buildings first. Habit 4. Stairs, hills, and the refusal of shortcuts. Switzerland is vertical. Villages climb hillsides, train stations have long ramps, and daily life includes constant small climbs that nobody registers as exertion. Here's why that matters more than it sounds. Climbing engages the largest muscles you own in your legs and glutes, and large muscles are your best allies against belly fat, because muscle keeps burning at rest. A few minutes of climbing, scattered through a day, does something a single gym session struggles to do. It keeps signaling your body all day long that this is an active organism that should burn, not store. Your version is one rule, applied without negotiation. If it's 3 floors or fewer, you take the stairs. Elevator, only above that. At the store, park at the far end. Small hills, taken daily. Beat big mountains, taken never. That's 4. And now habit 5, the one that sounds like cheating, because it's about doing nothing. Habit 5, the protected day of rest. In Switzerland, Sunday is genuinely quiet. Shops close, noise is limited. In many buildings, you literally may not run the washing machine. The whole country downshifts at the same time, and people walk, eat with family, and rest. Here's what that has to do with your belly. Chronic stress keeps cortisol elevated. And elevated cortisol is specifically linked to fat storage at the waist. Research published in the journal Obesity has connected higher long-term cortisol with larger waist circumference. Sleep debt does the same, and it also raises ghrelin, the hunger hormone. which is why exhausted weeks end in cravings no salad can survive. A real rest day isn't laziness. It's the maintenance window where your stress hormones reset. Most of us haven't had one in years. We rest with a phone in hand, half working, half scrolling, fully wired. Your version. Pick one day or even one half day and make it genuinely slow. A long walk, a real meal, no errands, screens down. You're not losing a day of progress. You're repairing the hormonal background that decides where your body stores what you eat. That's 5. So let's put the whole thing in one breath. Walk as transport. Eat at fixed times and protect the gaps. Make supper small and early. Take every staircase under 4 floors and guard one slow day a week. No gym, no plan to buy, no food to give up forever. Just a body that moves a little all day, eats on a rhythm, and actually rests. Notice what none of this requires: motivation. That's the real Swiss secret. And it's the one thing I'd steal before all 5 habits. The woman in Appenzell isn't disciplined. She's arranged a life where the healthy option is the default option. And then she stopped thinking about it. Discipline runs out. Defaults don't. Here's what I'd suggest for tomorrow. Not all 5. 1. Tomorrow, convert one single trip into a walking trip and eat your dinner 1 hour earlier than usual. That's the entire assignment. Do it for a week before you add anything else. And tell me in the comments, which of the 5 would be hardest for you to keep? The walking, the fixed meal times, the small supper, the stairs, or the quiet day? Be honest, because that answer says a lot. And I read every comment. If someone you love has been fighting their waistline with willpower alone, send them this. They're not weak. They've just been playing a rigged game. And now you both know the rules. See you in the next one.